Hello, everyone. Holy moly. Where did that come from, eh? 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, honestly. I'm blown away. I mean, obviously I've seen this number creeping up over the last few weeks and months and everything, but to actually reach 10,000, yeah, it's really really incredible. More than I ever imagined, really. And I'm sure many of you listening, especially those of you that watch some of the big channels on YouTube, are probably thinking, come on, 10,000 subscribers, it's nothing. Some people out there have got 100,000, a million, 10 million, 1,000 billion, numbers that just don't even make sense. But for me, it's really, really monumental and has changed my life in many ways. Not just reaching this number, this milestone on YouTube, but this channel itself and all of you out there that come and choose to listen to the stuff I make and put up on here and spend the time and energy to leave comments, leave feedback, leave really, really amazing, inspirational, heartwarming messages. It's really, really amazing. So thank you to you all, whether you're a subscriber, whether you're just some one-off listener, someone that just listens to my Harry Potter things, for example, or you listen to every single thing that I chuck out there, whether you're a patron. I honestly, to all of you, thank you so much. And so, for hitting this, for me anyway, monumental milestone, I wanted to try something a little monumental as well. So I'm an absolute amateur when it comes to video creation. That's not my thing. I'm, subjectively becoming pretty skilled with audio production. I can narrate a book, it seems, and I'm getting more accomplished with audio editing and everything, which was all very new to me even just a few weeks ago, really. But video, So, trying something new. And also, I wanted to put some of you guys, to the test as well. There's been obviously so many unbelievable comments written by my listeners over the last few weeks and months. And some of you have said, oh, honestly, it doesn't even matter what you read. I love Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or Harry Potter or Jurassic Park, whatever it is, and some of these classics that I like to throw in there. There's a little bit of Pride and Prejudice or The Secret Garden, and Chronicles of Narnia should be coming soon. But, people have been saying, oh, look, it doesn't matter what you read. You could read the phone book and I'd still enjoy it. You could read me the maths textbook that I'm studying from at the moment. Someone even said an instruction guide on paint. I'm like, are you sure? Well, I'm putting you to the test. This is it. Okay, for the 10K special, I'm going to try out some of the most boring, uninspirational literature. I'll let you be the judge and see if this can still be a relaxing, soothing, pleasurable experience in any way. A little bit of entertainment, help you to get to sleep. See if it matters whether I'm reading one of your favourite stories, some classic piece of literature, or if I am reading this bad boy. Check it out. I don't know when this camera was created. I don't know when it was released. I'm not so hot on my latest digital SLR cameras. But check it out. We've got the Canon EOS Rebel T3. This could also be the instruction guide for the EOS 1100D. Whoa. Here it is in front of us. And we're just going to get stuck into this, you know. I'm recording this kind of live, if you know what I mean. I'm not live streaming, obviously. But I have been considering this, and a few people have been commenting that they thought some kind of live stream could be pretty fun. And one of my subscribers that leaves lots of super comments, and in fact one of my newest patrons as well, has been saying that some kind of live book club could be quite fun. And I'm not quite sure how to best put this into action if I do give it a go. But let me know in the comments, what do you personally think of in terms of whether my channel, the kind of things that I like to create and upload, do you think that would suit a live stream? You know, for those of you that listen to my raw reading series of The Secret Garden, and like I said, I did a poll on some videos a while ago asking what you'd like me to read next on raw reading, and it's looking like the Chronicles of Narnia. So starting with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which I think will be absolutely wonderful to read. And the kind of point of that series was, it puts less strain on me in terms of editing, but also just to create like a more cozy, genuine, almost like a bit like a classic radio series kind of style of me literally just reading straight from the book, really, really, really minimal editing, and just allowing you to feel more of like a cozy reading experience than a highly polished, maybe you could say less personal, kind of professional audiobook vibe, you know. So a live stream could create something quite cozy, I think. So I could just stream myself reading, you know, Alice in Wonderland, Black Beauty, something from the public domain. So not a modern book, because there can be some problems with this, as I've found. But you know, some cozy classic, and then in the comments, like as I'm just reading, and obviously I can chat to you a bit and stuff, like interrupt the reading as well. You know, you can discuss the story, or I mean, what the weather's like. I don't mind. You know, do you think it's a nice idea? Let me know. So, let's see if you find this entertaining. Here it is again. It's a beautiful camera, I've got to say. So, sit back and relax. Or don't. I mean, if you're at work, probably best not to put your feet up on the table and just fall asleep whilst listening to me reading the instruction manual of the Canon EOS. I'm going to go for the Rebel T3 because I just think that's an incredible name. The Rebel. So probably at least try and look like you're working. Or keep doing your chores around the house. You know, keep those legs pumping if you're out for a jog. I mean, you can fall asleep if you're on the train going somewhere, or the bus or something, but just make sure you don't miss your stop, because that would be a nightmare. I've done it many times. Okay, so introduction. And I'm gonna it's a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm gonna try something else as well, not just the Canon. So if the Canon Rebel, it's not really your thing, don't worry. There's another little secret in store coming after this. And I'm not going to spend too long on it. I mean, I'm not going to read the whole 269-page booklet. Okay, introduction. The EOS Rebel T3, or 1100D, is a high-performance digital single-lens reflex camera featuring a fine detail CMOS sensor with approximately 12.2 effective megapixels, Digic 4 high precision and high speed 9.AF, approximately 3 frames per second continuous shooting, live view shooting, and high definition HD movie shooting. The camera is highly responsive for shooting at any time, provides many functions fitted for advanced shooting, and offers many other features. Of course. Refer to this manual while using the camera to further familiarise yourself with the camera. With a digital camera, you can immediately view the image you have captured. While reading this manual, take a few test shots and see how they come out. You can then better understand the camera. To avoid botched pictures and accidents, first read the safety warnings on page 259-260 and handling precautions, page 14 and 15. Testing the camera before use and liability. After shooting, play back and check whether the image has been properly recorded. If the camera or memory card is faulty and the images cannot be recorded or downloaded to a computer, Canon cannot be held liable for any loss or inconvenience caused. Okay, don't start bombarding them with emails, they're not listening. Copyrights. My favourite thing. Copyright laws in your country may prohibit the use of your recorded images of people and certain subjects for anything but private enjoyment. Also, be aware that certain public performances, exhibitions, etc. may prohibit photography, even for private enjoyment. Okay. Make sure, if you've got yourself, a rebel back home, or you're thinking of getting one, I mean, you could apply this to anything, really. First thing you do, right, when you've just bought some new piece of technology, straight to the item checklist. Make sure it's all in there, you don't want to be sold short. Item checklist. Before starting, check that all the following items have been included with your camera. If anything is missing, contact your dealer. Your dealer. Sounds so dodgy. Camera. I mean, that is essential. If you open the box and there's no camera, well, what kind of dealer are you using? Don't. I wouldn't even go back to them. They're probably not reliable at all. So camera with eye cup and body cap, battery pack, LPE10, solid battery with protective cover, battery charger, on certain models it says down there, and some are provided. One of them comes with a power cord. Wide strap, interface cable, camera instruction manual on CD-ROM. This is the future after all. EOS digital solution disc, software instruction manual, camera basic instruction manual. Okay. So, boot up your CD-ROM for all those software instruction manual needs. Some boring stuff here. I don't think that'll be so fun to read. I've already skimmed through. This is where it really gets serious, down here. That's where it gets serious. I hope you're enjoying The Prisoner of Azkaban, by the way. If you've started listening to The Prisoner of Azkaban over on my second channel, Red Fox Voice, let me know down in the comments. I think it's a wonderful book. It's one of the best Harry Potter books, in my opinion. Yeah, this is a good bit. Handling precautions. You need to be careful. I'm lowering my voice a little bit into a soft whisper for this. It's serious stuff. Camera care. This camera is a precision instrument. Do not drop it or subject it to physical shock. The camera is not waterproof and cannot be used underwater. If you accidentally drop the camera into water, Promptly consult your nearest Canon service centre. Wipe off any water droplets with a dry cloth. If the camera has been exposed to salty air, wipe it with a well-wrung wet cloth. Never leave the camera near anything having a strong magnetic field, such as a magnet or electric motor. Also, avoid using or leaving the camera near anything emitting strong radio waves, such as a large antenna. Strong magnetic fields can cause camera misoperation or destroy image data. Do not leave the camera in excessive heat, such as in a car in direct sunlight. High temperatures can cause the camera to malfunction. The camera contains precision electronic circuitry. Never attempt to disassemble the camera yourself. Never. Don't even think about it. Use a blower to blow away dust on the lens, viewfinder, reflex mirror, and focusing screen. Do not use cleaners that contain organic solvents to clean the camera body or lens. For stubborn dirt, take the camera to the nearest Canon service centre. I really want that to be called a CSC. Just sounds cool. Take it to your nearest CSC. Do not touch the camera's electrical contacts with your fingers. This is to prevent the contacts from corroding. Corroded contacts can cause camera misoperation. If the camera is suddenly brought in from the cold into a warm room, condensation may form on the camera and internal parts. To prevent condensation, first put the camera in a sealed plastic bag and let it adjust to the warmer temperature before taking it out of the bag. I can just imagine you all doing that. When changing from a warm room to a cold room or vice versa, you get your little plastic baggie out, put it in its little sleeping bag, make sure it's all tucked up and ready for some sweet dreams. If condensation forms on the camera, do not use the camera. This is to avoid damaging the camera. If there is condensation, remove the lens, card, and battery from the camera and wait until the condensation has evaporated before using the camera. If the camera will not be used for an extended period, remove the battery and store the camera in a cool, dry, well-ventilated location. Even while the camera is in storage, press the shutter button a few times once in a while to check that the camera is still working. Avoid storing the camera where there are corrosive chemicals, such as a darkroom or chemical lab. If the camera has not been used for an extended period, test all its functions before using it. If you have not used the camera for some time, or if there is an important shoot coming up, have the camera checked by your Canon dealer, or check the camera yourself. Just don't even think about touching any of those electronic bits, and make sure it is working properly. Okay, we've got some more real fun stuff here, but this is nice. This is going to wrap up our little reading of the Canon Rebel. Quick Start Guide. 1. Insert the battery. To charge the battery, see page 26. And just by looking at page 26, the camera will automatically charge. 2. Insert the card. With the card's label facing toward the camera back, insert it into the slot, as shown. 3. Attach the lens. Align the lens, white or red index. Oh, lenses. I thought it was in lens in inverted commas. Gosh, I need to get my eyes checked. Align the lens's white or red index with the camera's index in the matching colour. There you go. 4. Set the lens focus mode switch to AF. 5. Set the power switch to on. You know it's getting serious. When the LCD monitor displays the date-time setting screen, see page 33. 6. Set the mode dial to full auto. All the necessary camera settings will be set automatically. 7. focus the subject. Oh, it means bring them into focus, not like kind of calm them down and prep them, like make sure they're ready for the test that's to follow. Are you focused? Look through the viewfinder and aim the viewfinder center over the subject. Press the shutter button halfway and the camera will focus the subject. If necessary, the built-in flash will pop up automatically. 8. Take the picture. Press the shutter button. You see, I'm so excited. Press the shutter button completely to take the picture. 9. Review the picture. The captured image will be displayed for approximately 2 seconds on the LCD monitor. To display the image again, press the little play button. And that's it. Boom. 9 steps. And that's it. I mean, after that, you're ready to go. You're going to be the next Ansel Adams. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. I mean, I could continue, of course. And I'm sure you're utterly relaxed and just as enthralled as if listening to your favourite story. Okay, so I actually do hope you enjoyed that. That was far more enjoyable than I expected. Here we go. Part 2. Yeah, it's the dictionary. Oxford University Press. Oxford and the dictionary. I'm going to skip ahead in a little bit, but just this little introduction is nice as well. Our range of over 500 dictionaries, thesauruses, and language reference works caters for the needs of very young children up to the accomplished academic, and for speakers of different languages across the world. So we've got some of the different types here. Look at that. It's beautiful. Here we go. A little bit of history. I'm a big fan of history, by the way. The Oxford English Dictionary. Perhaps the most famous English dictionary in the world is the Oxford English Dictionary, or OED. The dictionary was the brainchild of the Philological Society of London, whose members started collecting examples of word usage for what was to become the OED in the late 1850s. In 1879, Oxford University Press agreed to take over the work, appointing an editor and revitalising the data collection. Words and their meanings were sent to the dictionary's office, or scriptorium, by members of the public on slips, creating what was then the world's largest paper-based corpus, or word bank. The dictionary was published in instalments between 1884 and 1928, but it soon had to be expanded as new words and meanings continued to flood into the language, and so, over the period 1933 to 1986, 5 supplementary volumes were published. Today, the Oxford English Dictionary is the accepted authority on the evolution of the English language over the last millennium. It is an unsurpassed guide to the meaning, history, and pronunciation of over 600,000 words, both present and past. It traces the usage of words through 2.5 million quotations from a wide range of international English language sources across the English-speaking world, from classic literature and specialist periodicals to film scripts and cookery books. Entries also contain detailed etymological analysis, making the OED a unique historical record of the English language. The second edition of the OED is currently available as a 20-volume print edition on CD-ROM and also online, where the text is now for the first time being completely revised to produce a third edition. Updated quarterly with some 2,500 new and revised entries, OED Online offers unparalleled access to the greatest dictionary in any language, as said by the Daily Telegraph, which is probably a little bit biased as it's written in English. Dictionaries of current English for reference and academic study. I could continue here, I don't know. Are we asleep yet? Are we relaxed? Are we enjoying this? I don't know. Shall we go back to Harry Potter? I am genuinely looking forward to any comments that you would like to leave after listening to this. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Shall we finish with this? Yeah. Okay. And if you do enjoy this, like genuinely enjoy this, I could start a new series of like silly or apparently boring things to read, but like unintentionally or strangely relaxing or amusing to listen to. Let me know what you think. Or we can just stick to Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and my official audiobooks on Audible that are coming this summer. What makes an Oxford Dictionary? It's a good question. People find dictionary making fascinating. The 250th anniversary of Samuel Johnson's dictionary in 2005 was widely celebrated, and the recent BBC television series, Balderdash and Piffle, had a huge response to its call to viewers to help track down elusive word and phrase origins for the OED. But how are dictionaries written today? And how do you know what is included in a dictionary is accurate and up to date? Oxford English Corpus, language research based on real evidence. A corpus is a collection of texts of written or spoken language presented in electronic form. It provides the evidence of how language is used in real situations, from which lexicographers can write accurate and meaningful dictionary entries. The Oxford English Corpus is at the heart of dictionary making in Oxford in the 21st century and ensures that that OUP can track and record the very latest developments in language today. By analysing the corpus and using special software, we can see words in context and find out how new words and senses are emerging, as well as spotting other trends in usage, spelling, world English, and more. The Oxford English Corpus gives us the fullest, most accurate picture of the language today. It represents all types of English, from literary novels and specialist journals to everyday newspapers and magazines, as well as the language of chat rooms, emails, and web blogs. Or web logs. I thought we were going even more advanced here. I thought it was the language of blogs. And, as English is a global language, used by an estimated 1/3 of the world's population, and just to butt in there, I heard an interesting fact the other day that the country in the world with the most English speakers is China. And I need to look into that. I feel that this is a very fuzzy topic. I guess it depends what you class as an English speaker, what level of English. Interesting though. Interesting. Or maybe not. Okay. And, as English is a global language used by an estimated 1/3 of the world's population, the Oxford English Corpus contains language from all parts of the world, not only from the UK and the United States, but also from Australia, the Caribbean, Canada, India, Singapore, and South Africa. It is the largest English corpus of its type, the most representative slice of the English language available. Oxford dictionaries are continually monitoring and researching how language is evolving. The Oxford English Corpus is central to the process and to Oxford's £35 million research programme. The largest language research programme in the world. Meanings of words and phrases change, and so do spellings, despite the existence of standard or correct spelling. A strength of the corpus is that it contains not only published works in which the text has been edited and made to conform to standard spellings and grammar, but also unpublished and unedited writing, like emails and weblogs. That's a blog, isn't it? That's a blog. Old school word for a blog. The Oxford Reading Programme. Okay, we're wrapping up now. The Oxford Reading Programme exists to provide Oxford lexigraph. I need to learn how to say this word, don't I? It's embarrassing. Lexicographers. People with higher IQ than myself, clearly. With evidence of how words are used today in the English-speaking world, and to alert them to the emergence of new words. The programme maintains a network of voluntary and paid readers who provide editors with quotations which illustrate how words are used. Until the 1990s, the quotations were kept on alphabetically filed slips of paper. Now they are entered on a searchable database called Incomings, which currently contains some 62 million words on average. 17,000 quotations are sent in by readers every month. The Oxford Reading Programme has its origins in the programme of reading that was started in 1857 for the Oxford English Dictionary. The range and quality of an Oxford dictionary is beyond compare. Whatever your language needs and abilities, Oxford University Press has a dictionary for you. To find out more about the Oxford dictionaries available in your country, please visit your local Oxford University Press website's dictionary section. Wasn't that lovely? I genuinely hope you enjoyed that. Very, very silly, I know. But maybe it was still nice to listen to. I don't know. Let me know. Shall I find more silly things to read? One of my original patrons, who's actually a close friend of mine, said that he'd even genuinely enjoy listening to me reading like PlayStation 1 cheat sheets and stuff like that, you know. But isn't that just like square triangle X, R1, L1? Yeah, probably is. Maybe that's nice too. I mean, all this stuff is such a compliment. I really, really, really appreciate all of your kind words. I so appreciate you subscribing, sharing my videos with friends on Facebook, even on Twitter. I'm rubbish with social media, but it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. And yeah, let's just see what the future holds. If you have any ideas for my channel, things you'd like me to try, I mean, of course you can recommend books that you'd like me to read, but at the moment I am still only working on audio production part-time. I mean, technically full-time, as I do work a lot. I do put a lot of energy into this. A lot of the time it doesn't even feel like work, to be honest. I absolutely adore what I do, but I do have a little part-time job as well. And, you know, if I could quit my part-time job, even though I do enjoy that too, and just focus on this, well, that's kind of like my primary objective with Patreon, really. It was to upgrade my equipment, which I've already done. I mean, if you listen back to The Hobbit, which was just recorded on a potato, really, really casual with no editing at all, really. And then you listen to Prisoner of Azkaban Chapter 4. Yeah, I hope you can hear it's a big difference. So I have spent quite a lot of money on new equipment and becoming more accomplished, I suppose, with editing and everything. And but you know, there's only a certain amount of hours in the day, and you know, just limited energy that we all have that we can apply to different things. So yeah, I would love to be able to just be a full-time voice artist. Sounds very silly and suave at the same time. And just continue to bring you, my listeners, and even prospective Audible audiobook purchasers in the future. That would just be incredible. It's amazing. Yeah, bring you what you want to hear, you know? What you enjoy. And honestly, if I could spin 20 different projects and books at the same time, I would, but you know, it's easy to get overwhelmed. I don't want to get behind with things. I do sometimes. I put a lot of pressure on myself to deliver like as high quality content as I possibly can. But yeah, I'm doing my best. So glad you're out there listening and enjoying this. It's absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to your comments. Thank you for the 10k. Let's try and get to 100k. It just sounds ridiculous. But let's push for the next milestone. And as always, read to you soon.